Friday and Saturday, and open Sunday from 11 to 7.
And as we continue halftime show right here on 980 AM KDSJ and also on our worldwide website there at KDSJ980.com and on the B2 network this afternoon, we want to thank our Yellow Jacket Radio boosters once again this year on board. Some big sponsors, Junix.com, Chrysler Dodge, also the Stadium Sports Grill. Thanks a lot to Wolf's Plumbing and Heating, Dakota Territory Federal Credit Union, Arby's of Spearfish, First Western Insurance, Party Time Liquor, Boston's Restaurant and Sports Bar in Rapid City, and Integrity Ford off exit 14 right here in Spearfish. Thanks a lot to our Yellow Jacket Radio boosters here for 2009-2010 sports season. Halftime score, Black Hills State leads at 12-0 over their rival, South Dakota School of Mines and Technology Hard Rockers here at intermission. Let's take a look at the scoreboard here this afternoon on the games that we'll be following for you around the region. Halftime score over in Madison, South Dakota. It is Mayville State leading Dakota State 7-6. As that's a matchup of the 7 and 8 seeds in the conference. Mayville State once again leads Dakota State 7-6 there. In the third quarter, Jamestown leads Valley City State 21-7 as Jamestown has continued to roll here in the second half of the season. Watch out for them here not only this week but also next week at the DAC Bowl. Do not want to be the ones playing them. And the big game of the week, it's number 17 Minot State and number 20 Dickinson State. They are midway through the second quarter right now with Dickinson State on top 7-0 as Dickinson State playing on their home field this afternoon. That game has a lot on the line. Number one, you always want to have a better ranking when it comes to playoff time in a few weeks because 16 teams get into the playoffs. You want to be in the top 16 in the rankings. But right now, both of those teams are on the outside looking in. So a big game there for those two teams. Also, the winner of that game, the worst that they can do is a tie for the Dakota Athletic Conference Championship. So the conference title is on the line there as well. So a lot going between those two rivals, Minot State and Dickinson State. Dickinson State leading it 7-0 midway through the second quarter. Take a look at another score coming in. Fourth quarter, Winona State leads Augustana 23-21 there in the fourth. Some other games going on this afternoon. USD is at Northern Colorado. South Dakota State tries to continue to roll as they're at Youngstown State. Northern State will host Southwest Minnesota State. And number one, Sioux Falls will have a huge GPAC game this afternoon as they're at number 12 Northwestern. And they're in Orange City, Iowa. So those two GPAC powers will go head-to-head again this afternoon. Sioux Falls, your defending national champion, and we'll see if they can stay undefeated this afternoon. Other action this afternoon and evening right here on KDSJ at 5 o'clock. We'll send you to the Young Center right here in Spearfish as a couple of huge basketball games to kick off the opening weekend of college basketball here on KDSJ. First of all, at 5 o'clock, we'll have the pregame show. Set up everything for you as Uncle Al will have the pregame show live there from the Young Center right here in Spearfish to prepare you for the first game of the night. It's the Black Hills State women taking on Hastings College. Now, Hastings went to the national championship game there in NAIA Division II last year. The national runner-up, they are number 4 in the preseason poll. Meanwhile, Black Hills State women are number 9, coming off of their opening night win last night over St. Mary's. So they need a big game tonight as number 9 Black Hills State hosts number 4 Hastings College right here on KDSJ tonight. Opening tip-off at 5:30 p.m. Then right after that, get your seat and don't lose it because another huge game comes up right after that as number 2 Black Hills State. The men will be in action as they take on number 15 Rocky Mountain College. Rocky Mountain College won the national championship last year in NAIA Division I. So they are another power coming back and from Billings and coming down here to Spearfish to take on the Yellow Jacket men who were in the Final Four of the NAIA Division II tournament last year. So, and bringing back almost everybody. They lost 5 seniors last year, but they bring back their 5 starters, and they'll be fun to watch again this year as number 15 Rocky Mountain College takes on number 2 Black Hills State men's basketball right here on KDSJ tonight. Opening tip-off at 7:30 p.m. there at the Young Center as well. So a doubleheader of college basketball is coming your way right here on KDSJ this evening. Uncle Al with the play-by-play tonight. Once again, it's Hastings College taking on Black Hills State women. And then it's Rocky Mountain College taking on the Black Hills State men. Get your seat early in that one because I got a feeling on a Halloween night that Young Center will be rocking this evening. Other action in the region tonight in women's college basketball, St. Mary's is over at South Dakota Tech. Once again, next Sunday is the first annual Dakota Bank DAC Bowl, and here are the start times and so far the matchups that we have. These are all Mountain Time. At 8 a.m. next Sunday, November 8th, it's going to be Dakota State taking on Mayville State in the 7-8 matchup. Then in the 5-6 matchup at 11:30 a.m. Mountain Time, it'll be Valley City State taking on the loser of this game. At 3 o'clock Mountain Time next Sunday, it's going to be the 2-3 matchup. Should be very interesting as Jamestown will take on the loser of Dickinson and Minot State. And the nightcap, 6:30 p.m. inside the Fargo Dome there in Fargo. It'll be the number 1 seed, whoever wins between Dickinson State and Minot State, going up against the winner of this game between the Hard Rockers and the Yellow Jackets in the nightcap there at the DAC Bowl. That's all next Sunday, and we'll have the Yellow Jackets game whenever they may play right here on your home for the Yellow Jackets, 980 AM KDSJ. Once again, looking at that DAC scoreboard at halftime, Mayville State leads Dakota State 7-6. Jamestown over Valley City State 21-7. That game in the third, and in midway through the second, it is Dickinson State leading Minot State 7-0. We're about ready for the second half kickoff as the Yellow Jackets lead the Hard Rockers 12-0. The Hard Rockers received to begin the game, so the Yellow Jackets will receive the kickoff to begin the second half. Once again, a couple of big numbers there in the first half. Yellow Jackets forcing 5 turnovers, 4 fumbles, and a 1 interception. But out of that, all that, they were only able to get 1 touchdown and 2 field goals. They controlled the line of scrimmage as they got after the Hard Rocker quarterback a lot in the ball game, forcing that interception and forcing a lot of tackles for loss. Yellow Jackets also had the lead in the possession category. And one of the bigger individual stats, Jamie Dale, the second leading rusher in the conference, was held to -1 yards net there in that first half. Once again, the first of 3 games here on KDSJ today. Black Hill State women's game coming up, tip-off at 5:30. Black Hill State men's game will tip off at 7:30. You can hear it all right here on KDSJ. And how about Monday night when the Black Hill State men travel down to take on a Big 12 power, Iowa State, in an exhibition game. You're going to be able to hear that game as well right here on KDSJ with a start time at 6 p.m. Mountain Time here on 980 a.m. So a big couple days of sports here on your sports station. We wrap up the month of October, though, with the rivalry game and the battle for the home state trophy once again here in Spearfish this afternoon, where our current temperature 54 degrees. We have a little bit of sunshine shining over us right now. Wind out of the west at 5 miles per hour. Black Hill State begins the drive here in the second half, going against that 5-mile-an-hour wind. And it's B. Zanstra once again as the quarterback, getting his first ever start today and being pretty productive with the Yellow Jackets offense. And you can be pretty productive when you hand it off to Cole Benny a lot. He pushes forward and gains. See where they mark him. He was under a lot of guys there in the pile. Gain of 8 for Benny. We have to make a new line for Mr. Benny here in the second half, as that is 11 carries for him and 43 yards. Benny comes off now as Zanstra gets the call. Head coach for the Yellow Jackets in his first season, Jay Long. Defensive coordinator is Jeff Larson. Calling the offensive plays is John Reiners. He's also in charge of the quarterbacks, wide receivers, and he's the recruiting coordinator. So John Reiners coming up from Chadron in his first season with the Yellow Jackets, and under Jay Long as the head coach. Here is 2nd and 2. We got some movement. Oh, and another flag will come in, and coming in and laying a cheap shot on one of the Yellow Jackets. If you saw that on the B2 webcast, you saw that it wasn't too hard to throw a flag on this second interruption there. Wow. First, there was some movement on the line. The 2 dead ball fouls. The first will be a false start on the Yellow Jackets. The second penalty, and the second one will be a personal foul on a number 83 for the Hard Rockers. And He is second string, it looks like, for South Dakota School of Mines. Number 83, that's Jared Francis. And he will get taken out of the ball game by Coach Kratzer. After that false start by the Yellow Jackets, once again, he came up and just laid out one of the Yellow Jackets linemen, and the officials were all right there already because of the dead ball foul, and they threw what flags they had left on that personal foul. So it gives the Yellow Jackets 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Pass from Zanstra's incomplete. Pass intended there for Hancock. Once again, Yellow Jackets going with a young receiving core with Hancock as a freshman, Padilla as a sophomore, Nick Piscotti as a freshman as well, and really having to step up here in place of Corey Wheeler, who's been out with a knee injury for the second half of the season. Corey Wheeler all-conference last year. He's trying to get a medical red shirt, but that's still in the works to see if he's able to get that. Hands off to Benny. And Benny up to midfield, breaks one tackle, then just takes another hard rocker for the ride. The last hard rocker defender just grabbed onto his shoe and kept getting dragged. And got drugged for about 4 yards. That was Dana Millage coming in and going along for the ride there. 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets at the 45-yard line. That is gain of 10 on the play there for Benny. Just powers his way through, and we have some movement up front once again. Flags are thrown. Hard Rockers on defense are led by Tom Lunsman. He's second in the DAC in tackles at 73. Tied with him is Eric Yeesh with 73 tackles. Timothy Lucchini is fourth in the DAC in tackles with 70. And then Everett Brill, he has 59 tackles on the season and 4 sacks. He's been in the backfield already once today. Here's the handoff, and the Hard Rockers are able to control the line of scrimmage there, not able to get any yards there for Benny. So bring up 2nd and 14. That flag that was thrown on the last play was a false start on the Yellow Jackets. That's why they were backed up 5 yards. So the 2nd and 14 comes up here early in the third quarter. Yellow Jackets up 12-0 with 13:15 left to go here in the third. Zanstra back to throw, has plenty of time. He could run it himself. Instead, he's going to throw it down and overthrows his intended receiver. It picked off by the Hard Rockers, returning it to the 35, 40, 45, 50, into Yellow Jacket territory. 45 down to the 40-yard line. Hard Rockers with a huge interception and returning it there. Defensive backs for South Dakota School of Mines not fooled there, as they picked off the pass and the big return. That's about the 4th pass that Zanstra has overthrown. And this time it turns in to the first turnover on the Yellow Jackets. There is going to be, at the end of the play, a personal foul on the Yellow Jackets. That is personal foul for face mask. So the big face mask penalty, 15 yards tacked on to the end of the drive. So after the interception return was taken down to the 40, they'll be given another 15 yards, so the Hard Rockers would start this drive 1st and 10 from the 26. Hands off to Dale. Dale to about the 20, goes out of bounds. Oh, takes off the trainer, Tony Silva, over there on the sideline. Silva's up, though. Gets a little help from his assistant trainers. Mr. Silva almost ended up in the snowbank that they have piled up behind him, as he got chopped right there at the knees as Dale was taken out of bounds. But an 8-yard carry for Dale here on the first play of the drive. And the Hard Rockers coming out with some momentum here in the second half after picking off that Zanstra pass, getting the good return off of it, and then setting up in good field position here. It looks like they're going to be able to move the chains as he picks up 3 yards on the play there. Gets it to the 11-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Hard Rockers from the 11, going in, looking for their first points of the afternoon. And hands off. Gets it up to about the 5-yard line. That was Dale again. Gets it inside the 10. Looks like they're going to mark it right at the 5. So 2nd down here for the Hard Rockers. A great crowd on hand here coming from Rapid City cheering on their Hard Rockers this afternoon. This is the closest they've been to scoring all day. Here's the handoff. Goes right up the middle, but then stuffed right there. Good defensive pressure, as that was Trevor Roberts Jr. from Vancouver, Washington, getting the handoff to him. But then he was stopped right there at the line of scrimmage. They will give him the benefit of 1 yard. So it'll be 3rd and 3 now for the Hard Rockers from the Yellow Jacket 4-yard line and going in. 11:30 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. Here is Russell. Russell will hand off to Dale, and he's hit. Initial hit there put on by number 32, Forrest Sansbury, the Harding County native, making the big hit there. He's already recovered a fumble early on in the 1st quarter. He missed all of last season with a knee injury. And back in 2007, he was all deck defensively, and he just shows why. On the season, Mr. Sansbury is leading the team in tackles. Going into this game, 65 tackles on the year, averaging about 9 a game. And the field goal is missed. They go for the field goal on 4th and 4. And the field goal from only 22 yards out hits the crossbar. It's short. And the Yellow Jackets defense stops them. 10:44 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Yellow Jackets up 12-0. They'll have their offense back on the field. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line when we return in 30 seconds here on KDSJ. Yes, please.
Youngstown beating South Dakota State 3-0 late 1. Sioux Falls is beating Northwestern 49-7 in the 4th quarter. And Winona is now beating Augustana 29-21 in the 4th quarter.
Thank you.
Oh, and Northern Colorado over USD 14-3 nearing halftime.
Northern Colorado 14-3 2nd quarter.
Yep, and you're on.
And the Yellow Jackets, 1st down play. Gain of about 2. Big defensive stop there on the last drive defensively by the Yellow Jackets. They have shown why they are the best team in the conference defensive-wise. They have forced 5 turnovers today. And when it looked like the Hard Rockers were just driving down the field, 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. And with the 4th down and 4 to go, they decide to kick the field goal. The gimme, not so much from 21 yards out. It was missed as it hit the crossbar, and it was short. So the Yellow Jackets take over. 3rd down now, though, and 7 yards to go. Zanstra out of the shotgun, moves to his right, finds his intended receiver, but the receiver doesn't catch it. Cliff Bryan, the tight end, unable to haul it in, and the Yellow Jackets go 3 and out on this drive. Punting team's back on. Danny Hadley, Levi Milliken will be doing the punting duties. He stands back, the 6'1", 160-pound freshman, stands back at his own 10-yard line as he gets ready for the snap. 9:50 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Yellow Jackets up 12-0. They scored 9 of those 12 points in the 1st quarter. 3 points in the 2nd quarter. We've been playing with field position here in the 3rd quarter. The return for the Hard Rockers up to about the 50-yard line. Looks like they're going to call his knee down at about the 49, and then a flight comes in late. And not real sure what that is. We'll sort it all out when we come out of the break. Yellow Jackets up 12-0. Hard Rockers will be on offense from about midfield when we come back in 30 seconds here on KDSJ.
Stop in at the Vanilla Bean Bakery and Cafe in Spearfish.
Zach, check the emails to see if we got any email shout-outs.
Negative.
Okay.
Friday, 6 a.m. until 3 p.m.
Wow.
and Saturdays from 7 till 2. Located on the corner of 5th and Grand at 444 North 5th Street. It's worth the walk-in. Order early for your holiday pies and desserts. Call 722-2525.
And the Hard Rockers, once again, will have a very good field position, it looked like, at about midfield. But a couple of penalties there at the end of the play. We'll have the Yellow Jackets repunting now. So we'll do this all over again. Punting it is Milliken from his own 10. And he gets another high punt. A better punt this time as well. And it looks like it's going to be down at about the 38-yard line. So nice punt there from Milliken. South Dakota Tech this time will start 1st and 10 from their own 38. We play in the third quarter here with 9:33 left to go. Yellow Jackets up 12-0. I'm Cody Oliver with the play-by-play action this afternoon. Glad you're with us here on 980 AM KDSJ. Also on our worldwide website at KDSJ980.com. And pass is intended for Marshall Davis. Incomplete. Yellow Jackets wanted a fumble, but they said he did not have possession of it. Could have been another turnover there. Instead, it's going to be now 2nd and 10. Yellow Jackets, a lot of their players going with the pink shoes today. Pink tape around the shoes. Can't miss them out there. And this Hard Rocker defense, or this Hard Rocker offensive line has seen those guys come after him all day long. Enough time here for Russell to get a few yards. Gets up to about the 44. Looks like that's going to be a gain of 7 as Russell once again out of the pocket. Nobody opened downfield, so he took it himself. Let's take a look at the scoreboard here. As once again, here in the third quarter, 9:07 left to go. 12-0 Black Hills State here over South Dakota Tech. Other games, halftime, Mayville State leads Dakota State 7-6. In the third quarter, Jamestown leads Valley City State 21-7. Midway through the second quarter, Dickinson State leads Minot State in that big matchup, 7-0. Blue Hawks lead it there in the second. And looks like the Yellow Jackets defense once again will come up, get a sack of Russell in the backfield, loss of about 15 yards, and the Yellow Jackets will certainly take that. Wasey Coleman in on the tackle along with Sean Sweet, met Mr. Russell in the backfield and took him down. Wow. This Yellow Jacket defense has come out and made a statement. They were on the field way too much last Saturday against Jamestown. And they said there's a reason we're number 1 in the Dakota Athletic Conference, and they have re-showed it again today. Forcing 5 turnovers. A lot of times they have had tackles for losses, sacks. Another penalty. False start on South Dakota Tech as they are wanting to go, punt it away here. 4th and 10. Now with the false start, it'll be 4th and 20. Punting it away will be Jeldon. On his first punt of the day, he fake punted it. This is a nice one. And looks like a fair caught by the Yellow Jackets. That is Danny Hadley. The punt returner going to take it at the 30 and not go anywhere with it. So 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets coming up from their own 30 as we continue to play field position here in the third quarter, going back and forth. 7:57 left to go here in the third. Yellow Jackets up 12-0. We'll be back with the Yellow Jackets offense in 30 seconds.
Got a couple more for you.
Okay.
Dakota State leading Mayville 22-7.
Dakota State 22, Mayville 7.
That's, I believe, late in the third. Dak Stats isn't really doing the time on it. So.
Okay.
And Jamestown leading Valley City 31-13 in the fourth.
31-14.
Yep. And I'll give the Dickinson score
in the
time.
fourth. Dickinson's probably at halftime.
Yeah. Stand by. 2, 1.
Cody Oliver, right here with you on 980 AM, KDSJ, doing the play-by-play here from Lyle Hare Stadium in Spearfish for the Dakota Athletic Conference Rivalry Weekend. The final day of October puts together South Dakota School Mines, Hard Rockers, and Black Hills State University Yellow Jackets here in Spearfish. Zanstra looks downfield, has got a man wide open and just overthrew him. Danny Hadley had a lot of green grass in front of him if he could have hauled that one in. But again, the pass is overthrown. And that's about 4 or 5 times today that Zanstra has overthrown his intended receivers. One of the main reasons probably Zanstra's in for Drew Hodge today is just that communication that Hodge just didn't have with his receivers and their young receiving core in the last few weeks, and unable to get any points in the red zone. Now when they go with Zanstra, and Zanstra, you can just tell just a little bit off on his receiving connection as well. Hand off to Benny. Benny leaps over one Hard Rocker and then gets hit at about the 44-yard line, but that's enough for the first down as the Yellow Jackets will move the chains. A gain of 8 there for Benny. And let's take a look at the scoreboard once again. Thanks to Ryan Ryder, who did our engineering in the first half back at the KDSJ studios and being our score tracker. Now we got Zach Starts back there doing the engineering and giving us some scores. Late in the third quarter, Dakota State leads Mayfield State 22-7. Fourth quarter now, Jamestown leads Valley City State 31-14. Here is Zanstra. Handoff goes to Benny. Benny gets right down low and gets it up to a 48-yard line. Different running styles between these two running backs for South Dakota School of Mines and Technology. And their running back, Jamie Dale, the halfback, he really likes to use his speed. He hasn't been able to show much of it today, though, because up against this Yellow Jacket defense. And then, meanwhile, Cole Benny will just hit you and just plow you over and get down low. And boom, boom, boom. Here's the pitch back to Benny. Benny to the 50, 45, 40, 35. Slips up inside the 35 to the 33. Cole Benny, a gain of 19 yards. As Yellow Jacket fans are on their feet again here at Lyle Hare Stadium in Spearfish, they've had a lot to cheer about so far today. Coming into this game, losing 3 in a row. Had to get a win today in the final game for the seniors here on the home turf. And a great crowd here at Lyle Hare Stadium, filling up the seats. A lot of people here cheering on the Hard Rockers, but now Yellow Jacket fans are showing that they are happy too. Handoff goes right up the middle again, and this big offensive line for the Yellow Jackets doing their job, making some room. And that is Nichols going forward for about 7 yards there. Clint Nichols, the 220-pound senior. As the Yellow Jackets break the huddle. Coming up in our next break, we'll get a report and a score on Minot State at Dickinson State. That game should be nearing halftime. Here's a handoff to Benny. Benny to about the 22-yard line. And that will be close to the first down. Short by a yard. With Tanner Ehrlich, who was one of the leading rushers in the country last year for the Yellow Jackets, as a freshman, having to sit out this year as and redshirting this year. So the running duties were then taken over by another freshman in Cole Benny this year. And Tanner Ehrlich, his style last year was just elusive, juke and jive. Cole Benny, more just a power running back. And it's been very successful for him this year. Leading rusher in the conference. As they measure, looks like the Yellow Jackets are going to be short. I had that figured out all the way across the side. 5:10 left to go here in the third. Yellow Jackets up 12-0. Their offense is driving. We'll see if they can get a little bit closer. It's bringing up on a third and very short. And the Yellow Jackets, it looks like they break the huddle here, get the play called in from Coach Reiners and head coach Jay Long on the sideline. Hard Rocker defense brings 4 up to the line now. They're bringing the blitz and hand off to Benny, and Benny just gets right on through. Pretty easy there. Get into the red zone to the 16-yard line. Gain of 7 there for Benny. 87 yards on the ground unofficially for Cole Benny this afternoon, the freshman running back for Black Hill State. Once again, the winner of this game will take on the winner of Minot State Dickinson State next Sunday at the DAC Bowl. The loser will take on Valley City State. And here's the pitch back to Benny. Benny is swung up in the air. Gets down to about the 12. That's another gain of 4. Once again, a thanks to our Yellow Jacket radio boosters this year. Junix.com, Chrysler Dodge. They've been a Yellow Jacket booster for many, many years. The Stadium Sports Grill, as they sponsor the 5th quarter down there after the game. Wolf's Plumbing and Heating. Dakota Territory Federal Credit Union. Arby's of Spearfish has some great weekend deals. First Western Insurance. As they hand off to Benny. Benny inside the 10, to the 5, to the 3-yard line. The ball comes out, but well after he had hit the ground. So that will be another gain of 8 there for Cole Benny. So he's at 99 yards rushing the football. A couple other boosters we don't want to forget about, along with First Western Insurance, Party Time Liquor, Boston's Restaurant and Sports Bar. That is going to be a busy place in Rapid City tomorrow with World Series, NFL, NBA, NHL. Always a good time there with 2 happy hours. And Integrity Ford, just off exit 14 in Spearfish. Take your clunkers in. Today's your last day to do that and get some money back. Here's the pitch. That's a Yellow Jacket touchdown. Cole Benny from 3 yards out. Got the pitch back to him, and the offensive line did the job, had the blocking up front. And the Yellow Jackets are now up 18-0 on South Dakota Tech here in the 3rd quarter. As the gunshots go off, the snowballs get thrown from one student section to the other. Can't imagine that would happen in a rivalry game. Here comes the point after. With 3:33 left to go here in the 3rd quarter, Yellow Jackets have their 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. The first by Cole Benny. The after is good. Yellow Jackets up 19-0 on the Hard Rockers. The shutout continues. 3:33 left to go in the 3rd. We'll come back with the Yellow Jacket kickoff live right here on 980 AM KDSJ.
Clear. How much did you want?
60, please.
Okay.
That was, let's see, Benny, 3-yard touchdown run.
Want me to use that one?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Point after, good. 19 points for us, 0 points for the Hard Rockers. 3 left to go. Any other scores?
Yeah. It is Dickinson over Minot, 14-0 there in the 3rd quarter.
Can you give, well, I'll run down the hallway in a little bit.
What?
Give that score to him, to the announcer here. So the next break might be a little longer. We'll see how fast I can run.
Can you keep this one a little long?
Nope.
Not this break, but the play-by-play.
Yes.
Make it long. Stand by. 3, 2, 1.
And the kickoff return by the Hard Rockers get up to about the 25-yard line. Then they are met by a swarm of Yellow Jackets, and that will be the end of that run. 3:27 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. 19-0. Black Hill State leads it thanks to a 3-yard touchdown run by Cole Benny. Let's take a look at some other scores from around the Dakota Athletic Conference. Once again, late in the 3rd, Dakota State leads Mayville State 22-7. In the 4th quarter, Jamestown leads Valley City State 31-14. And in the 3rd, Dickinson State is shutting out Minot State 14-0 in the big game of the week there in the Dakota Athletic Conference. Pass from Russell is incomplete, and a flag comes in late. We'll see what this is on. The pass was incomplete by the Hard Rockers. Flag came in at the end of the play. They are talking with the Yellow Jacket captain, but that doesn't tell the whole story. We'll see what Jim Amberley, the head referee, has to say this afternoon. Pass interference on the Yellow Jackets. Defensive pass interference. Automatic first down for the Hard Rockers. 1st and 10 now from the 40-yard line. Their own 40. 3:20 left to go here in the third quarter. Hard Rockers looking to get down the field. They're down 19 points here. Here's the throw. Russell looks down. Throwing and incomplete. No flag on that play. Good coverage by the Yellow Jacket cornerbacks. Scott Boner in there, Clayton Schleissner and Daryl Nyman saying you're not going to get a big gain on this one, as the pass was downfield intended for Tony Ostheimer, and it falls incomplete. 3:10 left to go here in the third, so this will bring up 2nd and 10 now for the Hard Rockers. They're going to continue to go downfield, you would think, here late in the third, down 19 points. Shotgun, swing pass over to the far side, and is hit and taken down immediately by the Yellow Jacket linebacker Sean Sweet, the senior, with a tackle there. Yellow Jacket defense today doing a much better job of getting off the field. Last week against Jamestown, they were out there for a long time. And it helps when you can force 5 turnovers. Yellow Jackets just with 1. They came on the first drive of the second half. They come with a little bit of a rush. Russell has some time, looks to his receiver, and it's incomplete. Hit him right at the numbers. And that'll bring up 4th and 5 for the Hard Rockers. Offense goes to the sideline, bring on the special teams. Going to punt for South Dakota Tech will be Jeldon. Back to return, Danny Hadley. Yellow Jacket defense once again pumped up as they head to the sidelines, led by Wasey Coleman. Tom Tripp has had a big day today. Richard Fairhead. Forrest Sansbury has recovered a fumble and just had some big hits. And then a big play by the cornerbacks on this drive to knock down that pass at about the 15-yard line. Danny Hadley calls for the fair catch, and the Yellow Jackets will take over at about their 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for them. 2:23 left to go here in the third quarter. 19-0 Yellow Jackets. We'll be back right after this short break here on 980 AM KDSJ.
You are looking lost.
No, I can't take it here. I gotta wait till the end of the quarter, then I'll take a longer break.
Just want a 30 then?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Regular roast beef for $5.95 deal. Good Saturdays and Sundays all season long. That's right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for under $6. Saturdays and Sundays only.
Stand by.
A deal that'll have you saying
1.
And as we come back to live Yellow Jacket football here on 980 AM KDSJ, temperatures in the lower 50s here in Spearfish today. A light wind at about 5 miles per hour. Just a beautiful day here on the final day of October. Snow is all off the field. A lot of it has melted. What's left is piled up on the sidelines and on the track. And just a great crowd on hand here at Lyle Hare Stadium for this rivalry game. The battle for the home state trophy that is missing out of the Yellow Jackets trophy case. They want it back bad. And it's been led by the defense today. And on this pass from Zanstra, incomplete. Intended for Hancock here on the near side, right at about the 24-yard line. He got tipped down by the Hard Rocker defense. 1:42 left to play as the clock is stopped on the incomplete pass. Third quarter here in Spearfish. They're in the third quarter as well up in Dickinson, where the Blue Hawks are leading the Minot State Beavers 14-0. Shutting out Minot State in that one. Here's the pass. It's complete to Benny. Benny gets up to about the 23. That is going to be short of the first down. Only gains 5 there. He goes over 100 yards, though, on the ground. And looks like the punting unit will come out for the Yellow Jackets. 4th and 4. Levi Milliken will be on the punt. 6'1" freshman stands at his own 10-yard line. Yellow Jackets with 2 touchdowns today and 2 field goals. And here's the punt. This one is more of a line drive punt. Taken out 46-yard line to the 50, back down to the 45 as the return there by number 38, 38. That was Lundsman. He was DAC first team special teams last year. Gets it into Yellow Jacket territory to begin this drive. First and 10 for the Hard Rockers from the 45-yard line. 75 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Yellow Jacket defense comes back out there, and they been potent today. Bring 3 up to the line. Outside linebacker putting some pressure on. Here comes the blitz. Russell gets it away. Finds his receiver at the 45. To the 40. In total on that, probably a gain of 5 yards. As he went, looks like number 10 on the catch. And tackled by Forrest Sansbury again. Sansbury averages about 9 tackles a game. One of the leaders in the conference in that category. And, a big hit there. This time, Sean Sweet gave the running back for the South Dakota School Mines Hard Rockers a little greeting there. Tyler Barth went head-to-head with Sean Sweet. Sean Sweet won the battle there. And let's see, that'll bring up 2nd and 5. Pending a flag on the field here. Mr. Aberley says holding on the Hard Rockers. So that'll back them up a little bit. Take a look at some more of the scoreboard. Once again, those DAC games. Dakota State leads Mayville State 22-7 late in the third. Fourth quarter, Jamestown leads Valley City State 31-14. Third quarter, Dickinson State is shutting out Minot State 14-zip. In the second, USD is losing to Northern Colorado 14-3. Late in the first quarter, it is Youngstown State leading South Dakota State 3-0. Fourth quarter, Winona State leads Augie 29-21. And in the fourth, Sioux Falls leads Northwestern 49-7. As number 1 team in the nation, looks like they are going to remain undefeated. Once again, implications in this game today. The winner takes home that home state trophy. The winner also has the number 4 seed in the DAC. We'll play the number 1 seed next Sunday afternoon. The loser will lose that home state trophy and also will be the number 5 seed next week. Here's some pressure up the middle by the Yellow Jackets. We'll see if they can get through. Russell has to scramble. Comes up the middle. He's at midfield. Throws it down, and it's incomplete as it falls into kind of the muddy territory there at the middle of the field. And it's incomplete. Yellow Jackets will force a punt here. 20 seconds left to go here in the third. Yellow Jackets defense once again forces a 3-and-out. Hard Rockers earlier in this third quarter were driving all the way down. They had 1st and 10 from the 11, had 4th and 5 to go from the 6-yard line, and they decided to go for a field goal, and they missed the field goal. It hit the crossbar. Here is the fair catch at the 15-yard line. Fair caught by Danny Hadley, and the Yellow Jackets will take over 1st and 10 from the 15. 13 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. It is 19-0 Yellow Jackets. We'll have Black Hill State back out on offense when we come back in 30 seconds here on KDSJ.
Clear. Got a couple finals.
Okay.
Winona beat Augustana 23-21. I don't know why I put 29-21 on there.
Oh, my.
Yeah, sorry.
23-21 Winona final score.
Yep, and Sioux Falls beat Northwestern 49-14.
49-14, we can call that a final.
Yep.
Okay.
And Jamestown leading Valley City 38-19.
30
late in the fourth quarter.
8-19, Jamestown in the fourth.
Yep,
Okay.
and you're on.
As we come back, there's a flag on the play. And this is probably the holding area. But we'll see what the officials decide. 7 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Yellow Jackets with 1st and 10 to begin this drive on their own 15-yard line. They continue to talk about things. Gives us a little bit of time to talk about the other DAC games. Once again, Dakota State leads Mayville 22-7 late in the third. In the fourth quarter, Jamestown now leads Valley City State 38-19. Still in the third, Dickinson State leads Minot State 14-0. So it is a holding penalty on the Yellow Jackets. Coach Long wants an explanation. And this will back the Yellow Jackets halfway back to the goal line. Zanstra gets the play in from Coach Long and comes to the huddle to join the other 10 of his Yellow Jacket teammates there on offense. 5 seconds left to go here in the third quarter, probably the last play of the quarter. And they are just going to let it wind out. They start the clock, and the Yellow Jackets don't run a play. So we've completed 3 quarters, and the Yellow Jackets lead the South Dakota Tech Hard Rockers. The shutout is continuing. It's Black Hills State 19, the Hard Rockers 0. The Yellow Jackets will have first and 10 deep in their own territory when we begin the fourth quarter live right here on 980 AM KDSJ. That's whenever I come back, I'll be ready.
Okay.
Thanks. I'm returned.
Okay. 10 seconds. Stand by. 2, 1.
And as we get settled in here for the fourth quarter, thanks for joining us right here on 980 AM KDSJ, also on a worldwide website, KDSJ980.com. Also watching the broadcast on the B2 network this afternoon. Coming at you at whole different ways here this afternoon. Once again, this is first of 3 games here on KDSJ today. We'll have women's basketball tonight with tip-off at 5:30 between number 4 Hastings College against number 9 Black Hills State women here in Spearfish. And then at 7:30 p.m. tonight, it's number 2 Black Hills State hosting number 15 Rocky Mountain College. Yeah, Black Hills State, who was in the Final Four last year of the NAIA Division II, going up against Rocky Mountain College, who won the national championship in Division I. And Black Hills State women, once again, they made it to the Elite 8 last year. Hastings College women made it to the championship game and lost. So if you want to see some great early season basketball, Halloween night at the Young Center is the place to be. Get there early because they had a great crowd on hand last night for the opening night for the Lady Yellow Jackets as they defeated St. Mary's. Here's a handout for Benny. Benny will, oh no, that's Clinton Nichols, excuse me. Instead of 44, it's 43 running the football. And he'll be short of the first down. As looks like on that third down play, he got up to the 15. He needed to be to the 16. So, Yellow Jackets will punt it away. Standing back right at his own goal line is Levi Milliken. Trying to get away a clean punt here. Hard Rockers here early on in the fourth quarter will have good field position, it looks like, pending the punt return. Here's the punt. It's not bad. Taken out about the 50 and then hit right away by the Yellow Jacket special teams. And that is number 15 for the Yellow Jackets, Joey Brown, playing on special teams today. The freshman from Harrisburg played for a very good program there in high school and makes the tackle there on the return. So first and 10 for the Hard Rockers here from the 47-yard line. Their own 47, down 19-0 here in the fourth quarter. The Yellow Jacket defense has thrown a shutout so far on Halloween afternoon. And here comes a little bit of a pressure. Russell's got some time as he looks downfield. He'll take it himself as he gets hit there at about the 48. Altogether, that may be a gain of 2. Once again, we don't know who we play next week until this game is final. And until Dickinson-Minot State game is final. Dickinson State leads Minot State right now 14-0 in the third quarter. Fourth quarter, Jamestown leads Valley City State 38-19. Late in the third, Dakota State leads Mayfield State 22-7. We'll take a look at some more scores here right after this 2nd and 7 play. Russell is going to get sacked. Another sack for the Yellow Jackets put up on the board. As this defensive line and linebackers have found their way to the quarterback a lot tonight. Wasey Coleman, it all starts up front, and the big man brings him down. Dak, first-teamer from last year. Coming out of the game real quick for the Yellow Jackets, for Sansbury. You'd love to have him out there as much as you want, or I can. Also coming out, number 92, Clay Smith. Big third down here for the Yellow Jacket defense. They can get a stop. 3rd and 10 for the Hard Rockers at their own 47-yard line. Russell needs to look downfield. He gets hit, and the pass is caught, and that's going to be short of the first down, though, as it was caught at about the 47, no yards after the catch. Let's see who made the catch. That was Jason Belstein, Dak's second-teamer from last year. That is going to be a gain of, they're going to say, 9 yards on the play. So a 9-yard pass completion from Russell to Belstein. Belstein's first catch of the afternoon. There's a timeout taken by the Hard Rockers as they'll come up on a big 4th and 2 for them. You got to think they're going to go for it, down 19-0 with 11:58 left to go here in the fourth quarter. We'll find out when we come back in 30 seconds live here on KDSJ.
Clear. I got a score for you.
Okay.
Dakota State leading Mayville 36-7, fourth quarter. And you have to give a shout out to John and Nella Williamson. They're the parents of Colin Williamson, number 78 for the Hard Rockers. And they're cheering from Austin, Texas.
You'll have to tell me that again in the break. I couldn't hear you. Next break.
Okay.
Number 78 for the...
What?
Number 78 for Tech is all I heard.
Yeah. John and Nella Williams.
Listening from Texas.
Yep, Austin. And John.
Here come the Hard Rockers out of the timeout. Welcome back. Right here on 980 AM KDSJ. 4th and 2 as the defense chant comes up. It's been all defense so far for the Yellow Jackets. Hard Rockers try to get them off sides. Nothing going there. Russell puts it through the air and incomplete as it goes on the far side. Once again, good coverage by the Yellow Jacket defensive back, Daryl Nyman. Right in his face all the time and turning the ball over and down to the Hard Rockers. So the Yellow Jackets defense once again carries the load and gets off the field. Turns it back over to the Yellow Jacket offense. 11:57 left to go here in the fourth quarter. 19-0 Black Hill State. Still with that shutout. As we take a look at those other scores once again, Northern Colorado leads USD 14-3 now in the second quarter. Late in the first, Youngstown State leads South Dakota State 3-0. Winona State has defeated Augustana 23-21, and Sioux Falls is still undefeated as they defeat number 12 Northwestern 49-14 today. So that potent Cougar offense continues to light up the scoreboard, and they defeat another opponent today 49-14. Wow. And looks like first down here for the Yellow Jackets. As they place the football at the 45-yard line, they wind up the clock, and this offense is cruising. Looking nice here as they hand off to Nichols. Once again, a big day so far for Benny. He's carried the football unofficially a total of 18 times. He's gone over 100 yards, 104 so far by the Cody Oliver stat book. Meanwhile, South Dakota Tech's leading rusher, Jamie Dale, looks like he just has 34 yards net today. And unable to get into the end zone yet. Cole Benny has one touchdown for the Yellow Jackets. That was the last score of the game. It was 12-0 there in the third until he scored and made it 19-0. That's where it stands now here. 10:55 left to go in the fourth. Handoff goes to Ryan Palmer as he leaps through the air. and flag on the field at the end of the play. So we'll see if this stands or if they'll bring it back. Looks like it's going to be on the Jackets, as the Jackets are backing up a little bit themselves. That's going to be a holding on to Black Hills State. A nice day here in Spearfish as we look across and see a motorcycle on the last day of October with temperatures in the lower 50s. West wind at 5 miles per hour. Clouds have started to clear off above us here at Lyle Hare Stadium, and just a not bad afternoon. Once again, later on this evening, Yellow Jacket basketball coming your way. Opening weekend as the Black Hills State women host Hastings at 5:30. Black Hills State men will host Rocky Mountain College at 7:30. All the action right here on 980 AM KDSJ. Also on our worldwide website at kdsj980.com. You can drop us an email on our instant feedback form. Let us know where you're listening to the broadcast from, like the Williamsons have done down in Texas this afternoon. Listening live for number 78 for the Hard Rockers, Colin Williamson, the outside linebacker, sophomore from Plano, Texas. The Williamsons listening to us down there via the World Wide Web. Thanks a lot to them listening all the way down there in Texas. Here is shotgun, third and long for the Yellow Jackets. And a little shuffle pass to Ryan Palmer. That play just wasn't pretty and not what they wanted there on third down. They get nothing, and they're going to have to bring on their punting unit. Coming on again is Levi Milliken. He's had to use his foot quite a bit here in the second half. And Hard Rockers, clock is not in their favor. Under 10 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. As the shade begins to come over the grandstands, the fans are beginning to bundle up a little bit. A couple of them are deciding, I think this is out of reach, and we're leaving. But a rivalry game, you never want to say it's over until it's over. And not calling for the fair catch. Well, maybe he did. Number 38, that was Lunsman. I didn't see that he called for the fair catch. Instead, the Yellow Jacket special teams man said, well, I'm just going to hit you. And I guess you can't do that because Lunsman called for the fair catch, says the officials. So, as Lunsman turned around, he said, hey, buddy, I was calling for fair catch. Give me my room instead of laying me on my back. And that is going to be on the Yellow Jackets. Lane Varner, special teams man from Delta, Colorado, gets called for that. And the Hard Rockers will start first and 10 from their own 30. And hand off to the right side. Goes all the way around. And not much of a gain there. Mines with Nick Russell as quarterback, a sophomore. Yellow Jackets going with Zach Zanstra as their quarterback today. The junior, 6'3", 193 pounds. Zanstra from Rapid City native. High snap back to Russell. He's in trouble here. He has to get it away. He doesn't hear the people coming back from behind him. And he was almost taken down in the backfield, but instead he does gain 1 yard. My, oh my, there were some Yellow Jackets buzzing right behind him. And Russell's offensive lineman didn't give him enough room to get out of there. So that'll bring up 3rd and 9 yards to go for the Hard Rockers. Once again stuck in a long 3rd down situation, and the Yellow Jacket defense has just ate it up all afternoon as the defense cheer comes live for the Yellow Jacket fans. Back to pass is Russell, and caught right there. The reception right at the 1st down marker. That is a catch by Ostheimer. Ostheimer making another catch this afternoon. That's going to be a gain of 10 yards, and they'll move the chains. 1st and 10 now for the Tech Hard Rockers at their own 37-yard line. Here in the 4th quarter, the clock is once again working against them, though, under 8 minutes to go. Here is the handoff, fumble, and Russell recovers it. We got another fumble. Dipsy-do. We're rumbling, tumbling, and the Yellow Jackets are stumbling on it, it looks like. Could it be turnover number 6 of the afternoon? Russell had it for a split second, and then he flew it up in the air. And Hard Rockers say they have it. Oh, you don't want to be at the bottom of that pile because the Yellow Jackets are coming out of it with the football. The last man with the pink shoes coming out of there for the Yellow Jackets, number 34, Richard Fairhead. Along with some big help from Tom Tripp. Coming out of there, and we've said those names plenty of time this afternoon. As they do it again, force the 6th turnover, and the Yellow Jackets run their offense back out on the field. On a 3rd down, the Hard Rockers were forced in 3rd and long, and they fumble it for the 5th time of the day. And was he in? Yes, a beautiful catch on the near side as he dives into the snowbank. Daniel Hancock with the catch. Just 1 foot down, that's all you need. And he got it down, and then he went diving into the snow. All worth it there. As the pass from Zenstra connects with Hancock. Now they're inside the 10-yard line. Can the Yellow Jackets put the exclamation point on this one and put the nail in the coffin here in the 4th quarter? We talked about all week how they need to convert inside the red zone. And with 1st and goal from the 9-yard line, we'll see if they can do it here. They may take a couple shots at it. Here's Benny holding on to the football, gets down inside the 5. And that's a good decision for the Yellow Jackets. Get it off to the big man and let him roam. Yellow Jacket fans have been happy this afternoon thanks to this defense that has powered this shutout so far, has forced 6 turnovers. And it's been everybody out there contributing. Offense, we'll see if they can finish off the drive. They're using as much clock as they can. That play clock is winding down under 10 seconds again. Game clock, 6.5 minutes to go. Pitch back to Benny. Benny leans forward. Did he get the touchdown? No, I think he's down at the 1. He was up in the air when he got hit. And thank goodness he just held on to the football there. And that'll bring up 3rd and goal for the Yellow Jackets as Benny gains a couple more yards. 110 on the afternoon. Yellow Jacket fans are going to be on their feet for this one as they try to maybe just go with a quarterback keeper, or you go with Benny just to plow on through. 3rd and goal with 5:55 left to go here in the 4th. Benny's your only back, and it's the pitch back to Benny. He finds the promised land. Touchdown, Jackets. Jackets up now 25-0. Looks like they're going to be able to get their hands on the home stake trophy. As coming off the field for the Yellow Jackets, Josh Bresky, one of those big linemen, left tackle. Dak first teamer last year. Mr. Bresky made the opening, and then with some help from Cale Demink and Cliff Bryan on the right-hand side, got Benny the room that he needed to get into the end zone. The point after is good. Coach Strong throws his arms up in the air, and the Yellow Jackets are leading at 26-0 here in the 4th quarter. 5:48 left to go here in the final frame. We'll come back as they sing the Black Hill State School song. We'll be back in 1 minute here on KDSJ.
Clear. Got a couple scores for you when you can take them.
Benny, 2-yard touchdown run. Point after, good. 26-0. Okay.
All right. USD is now leading 17-14 in the 3rd. Jamestown Valley City, that score is final.
38-19. 38-19.
Yep. And the South Dakota State and Youngstown are tied at 3 at halftime.
And what do you got on Dickinson?
I'm calling them after this break.
Thank you.
And stand by. 2, 1.
Cody Oliver back with you here at Lyle Hare Stadium in Spearfish. If you're wearing the green and the gold today, you've had some things to cheer about as the Yellow Jackets are up 26-0 here in the fourth quarter. Let's check that scoreboard once again for you. In the fourth quarter, these are the DAC games. Dakota State leads Mayville State 36-7. It was Jamestown. That game has gone final as they defeated Valley City State today 38-19. In the third quarter right now, Dickinson State still shutting out Minot State 14-0. In the third quarter, it is USD leading Northern Colorado 17-14. Halftime score, South Dakota State and Youngstown State are tied up at 3, so a field goal contest there. Final score, Winona State defeated Augustana State 23-21. And number 1, Sioux Falls, believe it or not, they win again. 49-14 over number 12 Northwestern. And here's the shuffle pass. The screen on over to Dale. With those white jerseys, he's got the dirtiest one out there, and this will bring up a third and short for the Hard Rockers. Good afternoon, Coach Bauer. You're getting ready for a game in a couple hours, my friend. Oh, my, right here on KDSJ, it's going to be number 4 Hastings College taking on the number 9 Black Hills State University Lady Yellow Jackets. That is coming up in 2 hours from right now. Our pregame show at 5 o'clock. Uncle Al will be courtside there with the doubleheader tonight of just great basketball action coming your way this evening. So we're getting things going here this afternoon in good style with the Yellow Jackets taking care of things. And on the third down play, they stuff them. Hard Rockers probably going to go for it here. They have nothing to lose. 4:24 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Brings up fourth and short. Maybe just trying to get Black Hills State offsides and then lunge forward. Yellow Jacket defense, though, has been smart all day today. Tom Tripp with some big plays. Richard Fairhead, Lacey Coleman. Forrest Sansbury with a bunch of tackles and a fumble recovery. And they do lean forward on the quick count. And Lacey Coleman with the tackle. Forrest Sansbury says, you guys didn't get it. We'll see what the official says. They're going to have a measurement. So we're going to come back in 30 seconds and find out if it's still Hard Rocker football or if the Yellow Jackets have it. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on KDSJ.
Clear. Got that score?
Yep.
21-13 Dickinson, midway through the fourth quarter.
Ooh, can you pass this on to Mr. Pitts?
Yep. Dakota State beat Mayville 42-7.
21-13 midway through the fourth. Dickinson.
Yep. Dakota State beat Mayville 42-7 final.
42-7 final.
Yep. And we're 26-0, right?
26-0.
Okay.
Thanks, sir.
And 2-1.
And they measure, and the chains just aren't, well, they are too long. So not a first down for the Hard Rockers. They did not get the first down, and they turn it over on downs. Yellow Jackets come back with it. It looks like they will be able to have a shutout here. 3:50 left to go here in the fourth, up 26-0. And coming off the field, it looks like it's going to be Hadley coming off as Zanstra goes back into the huddle. Getting the play from the sideline. They are just going to use all of this clock that they can. 6 on the play clock. 3:21 left to go on the game clock. The pitch back to Palmer. The Faith native will get inside the 35 and get to about the 30. And gain of about 4 yards there. Oh, do we have a good one going up in Dickinson this afternoon. Dickinson State was leading 14-0 in the third. Now Dickinson State leads 21-13 midway through the fourth quarter. Dickinson State 21, Minot State 13 midway through the fourth quarter there. All the rest of the games in the conference have gone final. It was Dakota State defeating Mayville State 42-7, and also Jamestown College over Valley City State 38-19. And the pitch back to Palmer. Palmer gets a couple of blocks, goes up in the air, goes inside the 30 to the 27-yard line, and that'll be short of the first down, so that'll bring up 4th and 1. Yellow Jackets, looks like they're going to get back that home stake trophy that they've had for a lot of this decade. 9-3 they've been this decade against the Hard Rockers, hoping to get their 10th win. The only time these two teams have met this year right here at the Lyle Hare Stadium in Spearfish. And it's been all Yellow Jackets. The closest the Hard Rockers have came to score was a field goal, and it hit the crossbar. Short. And it looks like on this play, the Yellow Jackets won't be short. They'll get enough for the first down as they lunge forward and get the first down. So to be 1st and 10 now for Black Hills State as they mark the football at the 26-yard line. We're under 2 minutes to go, and the only thing the Hard Rockers can hope for here is maybe just rip the ball loose to try to get the ball back. But Yellow Jackets with only 1 turnover on the day, and that has been an interception. Meanwhile, on the other side, 6 turnovers on the Hard Rockers have been the story of their football game. As Danstra comes under center, looks at the game clock. Under 1:30 left to go. Hands it off to Palmer. Palmer works his way inside the 20 to the 15-yard line. Once again, stay tuned for our post-game show. We'll recap this game, scoring summaries, individual stats, team stats. And, of course, later on tonight, 2 big basketball games coming your way tonight here on KDSJ. The women's game at 5:30, men's game at 7:30 as Yellow Jacket Fever will take over the Young Center tonight. And a big thanks to all of our listeners on the World Wide Web today at KDSJ980.com. Once again, a big salute out to the Williamsons listening down in Texas, cheering on their Hard Rockers son today. But unfortunately for him and the rest of the Hard Rockers, they're going to be on the losing side here as Black Hills State takes 1 knee. Looks like they're getting the victory formation one more time, and this game can be over. Black Hills State led it after 1, 9-0. They led it at halftime, 12-0. They led it after 3, 19-0. They added another touchdown here in the 4th to make it 26-0 as the fans are on their feet, and they can feel a win today. It's been a few weeks that we've been able to see victory for the Yellow Jackets, and as we look down, Coach Long gets the water bat. Water, Gatorade, whatever was in that, it's now all over on his back as he picks up the rivalry win, and the Yellow Jackets get the shutout of the Hard Rockers. Black Hills State wins it 26-0 on this Saturday afternoon. Congratulations to all the players and the staff on a great effort this afternoon as they win the rivalry contest. We'll come back with your postgame show next in 2 minutes here on KDSJ.
Clear.
How about you play 2 minutes with ads and play the school song?
Hold on.
School song you can find in the production folder. Can you send me the ads through? Hey, Zach.
Cody, hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Okay, so you want me to play the fight song?
Yep.
Where is it at?
On the right computer, desktop production computer folder. Under Al's
Stop what now?
production computer folder.
Okay.
Under Al's commercial beds or sports beds.
Okay.
And then under sports beds, you'll find Black Hills State fight song.
There it is.
And then play it through if you can to me.
Okay.
And whatever ads are left.
More ads left, and then we'll play it.
And then just play it off the right computer.
4-on-2 to get it to you then?
Yep.
Okay. Should I put it on B2 too?
Yep.
Or doesn't matter? Or
Yep.
would that be 3?
4.
4. Okay. Here we go.
Make sure red's down and it's all.
Yep. Black is up, right?
Yep.
And here it goes. Can you hear it?
Nope.
You should be.
Red button down.
Red button is down.
Blue button.
Is down.
You have it in out of queue. You have.
Not hearing it.
Is it on channel 4?
Yeah.
You have the level up.
Yeah. Just go on. I'm getting a phone call down here.
I don't know how long to go.
Huh?
Tell me when to go on then.
In 2, 1.
And welcome back after the break. Welcome back, everyone, on 980 AM KDSJ. As the Black Hills State University Yellow Jackets are victorious on this Saturday afternoon, defeating their rival, the South Dakota School of Mines Hard Rockers. And they just presented Coach Long and the Yellow Jackets the home state trophy, which they are so glad to have back. And they will put that right back in the weight room in the trophy case to go with all the rest of the awards that they have. Yellow Jackets glad to have that back after their 1-point loss last year. They get revenge today as they defeat the South Dakota School of Mines Hard Rockers 26-0. And there's just so much that you can take advantage of when the team gives you 6 turnovers. And the Yellow Jackets were able to take advantage of that as they scored on their second drive of the game, scoring on a 2-yard touchdown pass from Zenstra to McGinley. The point after was no good, so it was 6-0 there in the first quarter. Then a couple more drives later, they were able to kick a field goal from 35 yards out. That was good to make it 9-0. That would be the score after the first quarter, 9-0 Yellow Jackets. Then in the second quarter, not a whole lot of offense as both teams kind of battled back and forth. The big thing in that second quarter, the Hard Rockers turned the ball over 3 straight times. Fumble, interception, and fumble, and the Yellow Jackets could not get any points off of those. So that was kind of disappointing for them going into the locker room. Their only points there in the second quarter was a field goal by their kicker once again. Devin Rounds kicked a 23-yard field goal there in the second quarter, make it 12-0 at halftime. And then we take a look at the third quarter coming out. South Dakota School of Mines looked like they had the momentum, getting into good field position to begin their first drive. And then they kick a field goal because they had 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. They got down to the 6-yard line, ended up with a 4th down, and instead of going for it, they kicked a field goal thinking, okay, 23-yard field goal shouldn't be that hard. Well, it was short, and it hit the crossbar. And the Yellow Jackets took over after that.